So gentlemen, I'm at the house, I'm taking it easy, and I got word that, number one, I told you guys when I found ARMAF Untold in stock, because I knew it was hard to find, that I would let you guys know it's in stock. I'm gonna link it down below. But is it really the Baccarat Rouge 540 killer? Let's talk about it. Untold by ARMAF versus Baccarat Rouge 540. The final verdict. Let's talk about it. YouTube, what's going on, man? I'm your guy. Darren, the Bow-Tie Fragrance Guy. We cover fashion on this channel and fragrance as well, mostly fragrance. So if you're into fashion and fragrance, I hope you won't mind subscribing, all right? You can subscribe by hitting the little subscribe button there. Enable notifications by hitting the bell icon as well. That way, anytime I upload new content on YouTube, you'll be one of the first people to get notified. So guys, we're going to talk about it today. The final verdict. Baccarat Rouge 540 versus ARMAF Club de Nuit Untold. Is it better than Baccarat Rouge 540? Could it really be a Baccarat Rouge 540 killer? We're going to get into it. So if you want to see my thoughts, you know the routine. Keep it locked right here. Let's get it.
The Bow-Tie Fragrance Guy.
All right, guys, we are back. Thank you so much for keeping it locked in. Let's jump right into the video. As I said, guys, Club de Nuit Untold from ARMAF. I know it was hard to find, but like I told you guys, I found it. I reached out to the guy over at Joma Shop, and he said he would try to get some bottles in, and guess what? He has some bottles in. So I'm going to link it down below. You guys head over to Joma Shop and you pick this up because it's going for the lowski. All right, it's going for the lowski. I think it's 49 bucks. Can't beat it. You know what I'm saying? It'll be shipping out early next week. So make sure you guys go ahead and head over there if you want to grab it while they have some in stock. But is this better than Baccarat? First of all, let me say this. When you go pound for pound, scent, DNA alone, this definitely measures up to Baccarat Rouge 540. Again, I'm talking about this thing is like 95, 96, maybe even 97% similar to the original Baccarat Rouge 540. When you look at the note breakdown on these fragrances, they're actually identical. Now, again, this is really just going off of fragrantic as far as what the note breakdown, but I would venture to say that it's probably accurate because when you smell these fragrances side by side, there's not a lot of difference between Baccarat and Untold. Now I have both of these fragrances on test strips here that I sprayed earlier today. This is Untold, this is Baccarat Rouge 540. We're about 5.5 hours into the dry down. And they are, again, even at this point in stage of the fragrance, they're very similar. Now, I will tell you on skin, when I tested them side by side, Baccarat Rouge 540, I did get 7.5 to 8 hours. Now, it does still do that little mind trick thing, which sometimes I think is there and I think it's gone. If it's still there, and you know, it still does that. But ultimately, I still get about 7.5 to 8 hours performance out of this thing. Now, when it comes to Untold, I do get only about 6 hours of performance. Now, again, maybe that's to be expected because this does have more oil concentration than this. Now, the flip side of that is for about that first 2 hours, I think Untold does project a little bit more than Baccarat Rouge 540. Again, it has more of an alcohol base to it, so it does project a little bit better. But again, with the fact that it has more alcohol content, that was kind of to be expected. But one of the subtle differences that you'll find between these fragrances, again, is going to be on the performance, because I get 8 hours here and about 6 hours with Untold. But the question is, what is that really worth to the consumer? Now, is it a Baccarat Rouge 540 killer? If you're talking in terms of will this diminish the popularity or maybe even the the buying power or the desire for people more so to buy Baccarat Rouge 540? I don't think so, because if you look at this fragrance, it's not just people in the fragrance community. This is one of those fragrances that has reached far beyond the fragrance community as it pertains to fans of the fragrance. Again, we're talking about multiple and plentiful, a plentiful number of celebrities that wear Baccarat Rouge 540. And with that being the case, because it's not just a fragrance community kind of fragrance, I think that Baccarat Rouge 540, of course, will continue to be a very popular fragrance, and one I think will continue to sell well for many years to come. But if you're talking about, is it a Baccarat Rouge 540 killer from the standpoint, did they master this DNA? Then I think the answer will be yes, because again, we're talking about a 97% similarity between the two fragrances. There are some subtle differences when it starts to dry down. Far into the dry down, Baccarat is still a lot fuller than Untold. But again, this is something that a little bit more of a seasoned nose will pick up and not the average consumer. So at the end of the day, guys, if you're a fan of Baccarat Rouge 540, if you've been one of those people that you like the scent DNA, but you just didn't want to spend over $250 for the actual fragrance, then this is going to be a great alternative, because anyone that's ever smelled Baccarat and you put on Untold and you get in their presence, they won't tell the difference. They won't know that you're not wearing the actual Baccarat Rouge 540. And I think that's really what it's all about when a clone does a good job at cloning a fragrance, that you cannot tell the difference between the original and the clone. And again, they were able to accomplish that with this fragrance. So like I'm saying, guys, at $49.99, I think that's a great price to purchase it at. So if you're somebody that's been wanting to purchase Untold, they do have it in stock. They don't have a whole lot in stock, but they do have it in stock. So I will link it down below. Make sure you click on the link, head over there and go ahead and purchase it before they are out of stock. But again, it's a great fragrance. They did a great job of capturing the DNA of Baccarat Rouge 540. And like I said, it's a good alternative. Is it necessarily a killer? Well, it depends on what perspective you're looking at it from. But at the end of the day, I will say this: for the price, it is an amazing interpretation of the original, ever so popular Baccarat Rouge 540. But that is it, guys. That is my time. I hope you enjoyed this video as I gave you the final verdict on Baccarat Rouge 540 versus Club de Nuit Untold. As always, I sincerely appreciate your time and your attention to these videos. I know you don't have to watch, but you do, and I sincerely appreciate that. Then don't forget to make sure you take a few moments to go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you are sharing these videos out to some other folks out there that you think could use this information or find it entertaining. Because I'm your guy, Darren. I'm the Bowtie Fragrance Guy. I love to look good, and of course, I love to smell amazing. So until next time, guys, keep looking good, keep smelling even better. I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace.